Welcome to the Brown Spade podcast show. I got my co-host with me today, Cleveland Akins. What's going on, brother Cleve?
What's going on, Daniel? How's everything going?
Everything's good. We're doing something a little different today. I'm not in Dominican Republic. I'm in Atlanta right now, so we're doing something different today. So now this is our first video together. So this will be an experience for all of us. So today's subject, we're talking about why do we hold on to things or people that we don't need. I'm gonna repeat that again. Why do we hold on to things and people that we don't need? So let's get started. What's your take on that, brother Clay?
All right. Well, it's crazy. I remember my grandmother used to say, "You can have something if it's something that you need. If 30 days go by and you don't use it, and you don't miss it, then you don't need it." But we'll hold on to stuff
Yeah,
for for
yeah,
for years and months. I had a friend of mine. He had went through a divorce back in the days, and him and his wife split up. They had a huge house, like 4 or 5 bedroom house.
you know me?
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
okay, okay.
no, no. so, so, so he decided to put his stuff in storage, right?
Right, right.
And he put it in storage and moved into an apartment. Now she took some of the stuff. He took some of the stuff too.
Right.
But he had he talked about the Persian um
Persian
stuff
rug.
that he well no I mean yeah, Persian rug, just the furniture that he had.
Yes.
He just bragged on it. I paid $8,000 for this, $8,000 for that.
Right.
So like 7, 8 years went by, 9 years, 10 years. So I asked him, we was talking one day. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm trying to get my credit straight, give me a house, so I could move my furniture." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "You still got that furniture?"
Right.
He said, "Yeah, man, I paid good money for that stuff." I said, "How long have you had it in storage?" He said, "Man, um, shoot." He said, "It's been about 8 or 9 years." I said, "How much do you pay a month?"
Right. At
And when
least
he
at least
told
$100
me,
plus
but
dollars.
but but the crazy thing, he had two stories. One he paid 250 for, and the other one
Yeah.
he paid 150 for.
Right. Yeah. One was a
So
little smaller than the
so
other.
so,
Yeah.
so that's $400 right there, Daniel.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Times eight.
Times eight.
But
No,
but
that's four
here
hundred dollars. No, that's four hundred
no,
dollars
I'm saying
times
times
12
12
times
times 8.
eight.
Yes. So let me tell you what he told me. He tells me, um, well, I said, "So why you haven't moved, man? I got to get my credit straight and stuff." I said, "Well, how much you owe in debt?" He said, I'm about 60, $70,000. So I started calculating.
Right.
And if you calculate, you looking at about $40,000 that he spent having that stuff in storage.
That's crazy.
I said, "Bro," I said, "that makes no sense to me." But he
Right.
was holding on to this stuff that he
Right.
don't use. I said, "You know who enjoying your furniture? Flies, roaches, moths." Then guess what he tell me, Daniel?
Yeah.
"Oh, ain't no rats or nothing in there. I got it.
Right.
I got it in a
Oh,
climate
yeah,
control."
climate control. Yeah, because
I
I
said, "Bro," I told her, I said, "Your furniture is living better than you."
hey, but that climate control don't mean anything.
Man, I said, "Your furniture is living better than you." But here it is. He was holding on to stuff that for years,
Yeah.
and I'm scared to even ask him if he still got that stuff in storage, man.
Right. And Cleveland came up. My co-host Cleve, he came up with this topic because just the other day I'm up here packing my thing. That's why I thought you were talking about me. Because just the other day I was trying to get rid of some stuff, and every time I come across something, I notice I just slow down and slow down and slow down. Whether it's an old card, you know, from the kids when they were younger, or when it was. I even threw it in my old bank. I had my bank when I was a baby, dude. That was like crazy. It was like an old bank, like an old hound dog. It was cracked from the back. You couldn't put any money in there. It was already it was still in form, but you couldn't put any money because the shell was kind of cracked. You see what I'm saying? Because it's made out of plastic. But I still had that. And so anyway, the other day, I had my CDs and I gave Cleve a call. I say, man, can I sell these CDs, you know? Cleve was like, oh, I don't think so. But then I thought about it. And then once we're out there talking to you, you know, you helped me realize that I am holding on to something because, for one, I was like your friend. I had it in storage, was not using it, all the CDs. And then I got them out of storage, and then I put it when I got them into my apartment here. They just been sitting in the closet, and I've been here for at least 5.5, 6 years, maybe. At least 6 years, because I was here before I met my wife. So and that's crazy. So I'm just sitting up here, I'm looking at all those damn CDs, and it just made me think back how, you know, the reason I guess I was holding on to them because I was thinking like you know how you see people in the 70s, they collect their old albums, still got the old album covers and stuff. I guess that's how I was thinking. I was in that frame of mind. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but I'm like, man, I could if I want to play something, I could just go to YouTube. It's no problem. Just play whatever song I want to play for free. And if I like it that much, then I could just go ahead and just buy it and put it on my, you know, my Apple account and just continue like that. So, but I realized I was just holding on to a lot of stuff, man, a lot of stuff that I don't need. And I'm still throwing away stuff. And, you know, because I'm just preparing for that transition of leaving pretty soon. Well, one day.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we do hold on to stuff that,
Yeah.
you know, that we think we're gonna need. Like one day, Jay-Z, I'll be walking down the street and see Jay-Z and be like, hey man, sign this CD. You know, we still holding on to stuff that we think, hey, one day, and it's like that with people.
Right.
You know, you be in relationships, or you know, you dating a person and you be with them.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to jump into about. That's how it is with relationships.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was saying like in relationships, you know, and the whole purpose of anybody who watching this platform, we just talk about a variety of subjects. We talk about subjects pertaining to everyday people, you know. So a lot of times we even hold on not to just things, tangible things. We also hold on to relationships, and some relationships are toxic, and we hold on because, well, I know it's a variety of reasons why people hold on, but I know one of the reasons why people hold on because they feel like they've been doing it for so long. It's saying, oh, well, we've been together for 10 years, you know. So in other words, just because it's 10 years, that make it official. But as I got older, and then talking to my daughter, and I remember she was telling me some years ago about her relationship, and she was saying something about we've been together for 10 years or something like that with her friend. And I told her, it's all about happiness. It's not about the years. It's about happiness. Because I told her you could be in a relationship for 10 years and be unhappy. And I told her, I said, I'd rather have 1 year happiness than 10 years of misery. So just because you got those years, it sounds good in the conversation. But those years, if it's not productive, if it's not bringing humility in your companionship, then it's pretty much toxic.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true. We will, be in a relationship and think because, like you said, because we have so much time that we spent. But if
you're addicted to the time.
Yeah, but if you've been, like you said, if you've been unhappy for 20 years, that's not a good thing. That means that's 20 years you can't get back of unhappiness.
It's done.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
done
20
deal.
years.
Yeah.
And listen, it to me it makes no sense to be in a relationship that long. And I have talked to people that's been in a relationship that long and never
Yeah.
had counseling. Like never had counseling.
Right.
They went to bed mad. They went to bed, without even discussing the problem, just upset.
Right.
You know, but you have to when it gets to the point where you and your significant other can't you know figure it out or whatever, yeah, it's time to get someone that could maybe come in there and try to you know help y'all
Yeah.
figure it out.
You need that mediator, that person in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Who's
With
going to be unbiased, listen to both sides, and fix it
yeah,
if it's repairable, because
yeah,
some things are beyond repair.
yeah,
Some
and
relationships
but that's the thing. If
are
you go to
beyond repair.
counseling, they then you could see like what it is no way for us to come back from this.
Right.
But some people go to counseling and be like, we should have been
Yeah.
did this.
Yes, because but we those years of being an attachment, we attach because you purchased a home with somebody, you had kids with somebody. I mean, it's a numerous of things that we hold on to. But again, if it's not working, you just have to be man enough or woman enough to let go. If it's not working, you know. But if you can work it out, by all means, do that. We're not telling anybody to walk away from their family or a significant other. But if it's repairable, make sure you do everything possible before you walk. Let me say that. Let me put it that
Yeah.
way.
Just like some people hold on to they sorry football team. No, I'm joking.
So
I'm
that's
joking.
me.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Sound like
I'm
the
joking.
Giants.
I'm joking. I'm
Sound like
joking.
the
I'm joking. But nah, we do hold on to things
Giants.
that
Yeah, I'm
that
saying I'm not the other factors.
we do hold on to
Not
things.
the Steelers. The Steelers, we still good. Not this year though. We got waxed, but that's a whole other subject.
Yeah, but yeah, we do hold on to things for too long, and like I said, you have to find find counseling because not only do you go through it, you put your kids through it,
Right.
and and it's not fair for them, to go through that um without y'all at least trying to seek help and
Right.
counseling, to make sure your family, functions, how it should.
So, what are the things that you have hold on to on a personal note?
Um, for me, as far as things, it's
Hmm.
funny because um, me with music, like I had one of my homeboys. I when I was about to get married, my first marriage or whatever.
Right.
I was transitioning, getting away from the music, and then I'm like, I got a daughter now, so I can't continue to keep moving how I was moving, in my 20s, I mean in my 30s, well in my 20s, in my teens, in my 20s. So
Right.
I called one of my homeboys up. I'm like, yo, I got all these CDs I want to give to you, right? He was
Right.
like, give it to me. I said, yeah. And I'm talking about I had like 3 CD
Yeah.
cases full of
Yeah.
hip hop, R&B,
Right.
just
That was
mix
that
CDs.
was me the other day.
Man, listen. And that's why I was
That was me.
laughing when you was doing it. So I told him, I said, yo, B, I said, my homeboy Brad, I said, yo, B, I said, I got these CDs. So I met with him and I just handed him the 3K. And he looking at me like, you sure, man? I said, I'm positive, man. He
Right.
was like, come on, man. He was like, well, I tell you what. He said, I'm going to hold on to him. I'm not going to use him. I'm just going to hold on to him. And if you ever want them back, you could get them back. And I told her, I said, man, I really don't. I said,
Right.
because, I'm in a different place in my life now. I got a daughter now that I'm about to try to raise. So it's
Right.
time for me to move on. And he had this look on his face like, wow.
Yeah.
Like
It's like I
I,
just got a
yeah.
free selection.
But he had a look on his face like he couldn't believe I did it. Like,
Right.
wow, I can't believe you did it. And I have held on to jobs that I should have been left. You
Right.
know, oh
Yeah,
my
that's
goodness,
another one too. We hold on a lot of time. We hold
yeah.
on to jobs.
Oh yes,
Um,
I worked for a company, man. I should have been left because it
yeah.
was so toxic there and it was from management position that I'm like,
Right.
yo, like if management's like this, then it's gonna
Right.
trickle down. And I'm talking
Right.
about it was to the point where I was scared somebody was gonna come up in there and go postal because it was that,
It was that toxic.
man, it was that toxic
Yeah.
because you got grown men who didn't like each other and we I'm driving trucks. We're not moving ice cream, we moving
Right.
freight, heavy equipment. So if somebody decide they want to drop something on you or run
They
into you
can.
or whatever, yeah, they can.
Right. They can make it happen real
Yeah,
quick.
so
Yeah.
oh yeah, so I was like, you know what, I gotta get from around here. And I never forget when I decided I went to lunch and I was just sitting there thinking, like, I don't even want to go back. I didn't. I didn't want to go back. So you know what I
Right.
did?
Right.
I
Right.
called in sick. I told them, hey, I went to give me something to eat and I got sick on my stomach, so I need to go home.
Right.
And I left.
Yeah.
I didn't now I did go back, work, but I started transition to get,
Right.
to do
That was
something.
like motivation for you to look for
So
more
yeah,
opportunities.
so out there working. And matter of fact, me and you started talking around that time as far as transit because I was thinking about, joining the fire department.
Right.
Uh,
Right. I remember you
I,
asking
I,
me
I,
about
I
that.
even I even went to school. I started going to school. Well, I was gonna go to school for AIU. I was gonna go for aviations,
Right.
but right after that, 9/11 hit,
Right.
and I had a newborn, so I
Right.
couldn't I
That
couldn't do
wasn't
that.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I said either. Remember we talked. I said either gonna be
Yeah.
fire department or
Yeah.
get my CDL. So I decided
Right.
to get my CDL, and I
Right.
never forget. I left, went and got my CDL, started driving for a company, and the rest is history. But yeah, it was toxic. I had to leave
Yeah.
because I just had to because I started turning something. I started turning into a person that I knew was not gonna be a good thing. You know.
Yeah. I mean, as far as job concerned, I mean, I've been in some toxic spaces from time to time in the fire department. I guess that comes with the nature because you're dealing with a lot of you surround. It's a lot of male. We spend every third day at the station. We're there for 24 hours. So I've been around spaces where, in my earlier career, I was in into some fiery conversation, fiery disagreements, however you want to put it. And I guess that could have been considered toxic. But I wasn't damn leaving. I promise you that. I went through too much to be, I'm not just gonna just walk away from the situation. I mean, as far as me leaving the job, hell no. When I leave, I'm gonna leave on my own terms. So that was it. But now, since I done got older and I'm at the end of my career, it's like, certain things I don't even entertain no more. You know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
I can just, if I feel bad energy, I just go into the next room. I just walk away. I mean, it's avoidable. It's enough space for me to just walk and go somewhere else. And and now where I'm at now is a lot more seasoned people who've been there for years. So everybody kind of think alike because we've got these years ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? We've been here for a while, been there for a while on the job. So we kind of like the old school, so to speak. So I'm okay with that right now. So I can honestly say right now where I am, I'm in a good space. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But and the thing is, you can because really, it's all a mental thing as far as what you
yeah,
can put up with and what you can't. But if you have a
mhm,
goal, it these people around you. you know, if your goal is to get away from that job, they motivate you. You know,
Right.
I know they motivated me. They motivated me to get my real estate license, get my CDL,
Right.
because I was looking at these people instead of me looking at them like, you know, I just said, you know, I just want to not end up, not to say these people wasn't making a good living for this. I just didn't want to end up bitter like a lot of the, you know, the
Yeah.
guys that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
around me. I mean, they was
Yeah.
bitter, you know, to the point where, you know, I mean, I see them, I see some of the folks now, and I'm like, man, you age
Yeah.
fast.
Now I've had a lot of part time. I've had a lot of part time jobs during my fire career and slash recreation career. Now a lot of those were super toxic, you know,
Mhm.
but I just work until I can't work no more. If it got to that point, I just drop off and find something else, drop off, you know. But that's about it. Other than that, though, man, things were good though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah, just
yeah,
trying to stay focused. That's the whole thing. Just gotta stay focused, and like I always tell my younger brother, your check have your name on it. Focus. You're not here for them. You're here for yourself.
yeah,
You know.
you stay. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the main reason. You know,
Hmm.
don't take nothing personal on here
Right.
because
You shouldn't.
yeah, you should,
Right.
you
Don't let
should.
nobody trick you out the spot.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, and we hold on to we I've seen some people
ah,
hold on to
I know
what.
where you're going.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
no, go
Well,
ahead. No, you go. No, no. Well, I'm gonna say this. I think some people hold on to beliefs. Some people
yeah,
hold on. Some people hold on to religions. And again, I'm not opposing religion, but if it pulls you away from your family, if it takes you away from if it's taking you away from not thinking on your own, then you might want to reevaluate that. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah,
But if it's
and
making you a better person, so be it. But I've seen some situations where some people, when they got into the religion, it's just like they turned into a whole different person.
yeah, but
It's like they
because it
lost they
is.
lost themselves, and then
Oh
they
yeah,
want everybody else to be sanctified and saved. Like I want you to feel like I'm feeling. It's like that's not how it works. You know.
and I was guilty of that at once upon a time. Just
Yeah.
really really holding on to some things that I thought were
Old
was
old
right.
ideology. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
right, and which now I look back on it and be like, you know what, that
Yeah.
was a learning process. But I'm glad I was young when I went through that, and I'm not
Hmm.
60
Hmm.
years old still holding on to it. Because the older
Right.
you get, the harder it is for you to get out, get out of your
Right.
ways.
But,
So I was able
yeah.
to to determine, you know okay, what's right, like you said, what's right for me and my family, what makes
Yeah.
sense to me and my
Yeah.
family.
Because I've seen in some religions, I'm not gonna try to dog one out over the other. For example, I've seen some people that they're in this religion group, and because the other person was in the religion group, they were friends. Now they were friends, but they did not subscribe to the same religion.
Hmm.
So when the person passed away, they didn't go inside of the church because whatever their thing is about the church. And to me, that was like the most idiotic thing I ever heard of. It's like, because regardless of what you think on a religious level, that was your friend or
Hmm.
that was your coworker, and you can't go pay your last respect, regardless of what the preacher say. That's irrelevant. You're
Yeah,
not there for the preacher. You there to pay your respect
because
for the remains of that
they
person.
not gonna convert you if you true to
Right?
yourself and true
They
to
feel
your
like if they
religion.
walk
They
in,
not
yeah,
gonna convert you. Yeah,
they don't like what the preacher is saying and stuff like that. So I've witnessed that. I've witnessed
oh,
I
I've
yeah
witnessed that a lot.
I've witnessed that, which I thought was just crazy. And they sat outside. I mean, they literally sat outside of the church, did not go in, which was crazy to me.
But the thing is, why go?
Well, in this particular case, because it was a firefighter, and we were assigned to go to the funeral. So we was on detail. So we had to dress up in our class A. We had to get suited up and show our respect. They always, if you're a firefighter, you pass, but they're gonna at least send a truck there to, pay homage.
Yeah.
Even if you don't, that person may retire 50 years ago. You might get a phone call. They say, "Hey, you guys are assigned to do this today. That's your special event for today." So for that reason, something like that. And they did not go in because of their religious beliefs, which my thing is that's not why you're here. You're just here to show your respect to your fellow firefighter.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
unfortunate.
thought that was crazy. And I'm like, if it's like that, then that's. But it ain't, anyway, that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we do hold on to things like that. Yeah. Religion is I've seen people hold on to previous relationships.
Yeah.
And that definitely can hurt you from even moving on to be in another healthy relationship.
Well, you can't grow. That's the whole
You can't.
purpose. When you hold on to it's specifically talking about relationships, you can't even go on. You can't even go on with your life
You can't.
because you're still stuck. And that's why I know me and Cleve, we put hours on the phone. We've done some shows. Oh, and by the way, this is not our first show. We've done other shows that just been on audio. So this is our first video show. So you can go in, you can Google it, Brown Spade, and you can listen to our audio. It's on there as well, since we're on the subject. But yeah, for to hear a person like, just an example, a female say, "I'm going to put this wall up," and well, you're not ready for dating then, if that's the case, because you just made a fortress around from somebody trying to interact with you, but you say you're looking for somebody. It doesn't make sense. You can flip that same coin over for the male, and if he feel like all women gold diggers or user, whatever his bad experience was, he also has to let go. So it's not just one-sided. You have to, in order to move on, you got to let it go. You have to move forward. I mean, you can't hold on to that stuff. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for you. Yeah.
And sometimes you can't move on by yourself. I mean, you look. I know I push counseling, but in a lot of scenarios you have to, because you a lot of times the older you get, the more you get stuck in your ways. So it's hard for you to even
Right.
just be able to come out of it by yourself. So a lot of times,
sometimes you need assistance, and we as in the Black community, a lot of us don't want to get counseling. So
yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. But so yeah, you have to try to to move on from it. I know it's not easy,
right?
Because I didn't been there and done that, but you
make sure you clear. I don't know. Again, this is my first time doing it. At the bottom, all I see is beard. On the top, I got two. Up here, you clear. I don't know how it is on your screen. Do you have two screens? Because I'm looking at two screens.
Yes.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah, I can see you. And I can
see I know
me.
You on left and right, but on my laptop, there's a bottom screen as well. And at the bottom screen, you're like, all I see is from here down.
How about now? You've been saying that.
I've been saying it. But up here, I think this is the one that count, the one up top. But just in case, I just didn't want to. Yeah. I don't know. I think the bottom we're not going to really worry about. I think that's the one that's recorded.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So let's see.
Yeah. Back to what we were saying. We just got thrown off, but yeah, just holding on to different things. Yeah, like you were saying.
Some people hold on to cars, old cars,
hold on to,
Ooh,
hold grudges. Just hold, hold
grudges.
hold grudges like for years.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
talked to people where, and all it takes is a conversation. A lot of
Hmm.
time, a lot of time people don't even remember what they was mad about. You know,
Right,
I have had friends, to be hold grudges for something I did that I didn't even know I did
right,
back in when we was younger, and I heard
right.
it through the grapevine that this person was holding a grudge, and I'm like, really, like
That's
really.
right. It's insane.
I'm like, wow, we would have had a conversation. I would have told them, nah, that's not how
It
it
could have,
should have
right,
went.
right.
Yeah,
Whatever. It was just all about. All he had to do was just communicate.
yeah. But everybody else was coming to me with it, and I said, I'm not gonna go to him, and say something to him because I don't have the problem.
Right.
He had the problem with me,
He
and
had the problem. Right.
I'm like, wow. But on top of that, he was telling other people, so I don't know what they said to him too. But I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. But yeah, I don't. I try not to hold grudges, because
Right.
I mean, a lot of times it just need to be a conversation. We have that conversation, and poof, y'all laugh because you be like, man, I can't believe we was upset, or mad about
Right.
this.
Right. You realize it's not that serious. Right.
Yeah, if you still here
Right.
and whatever happened, you still here. It didn't
Right.
kill
That
you.
was
Like you
right.
should move on from it.
Right.
You
So
know?
everybody get. Yeah. I get you on that.
Yeah, you should move on from it. It didn't take your life or his life or nobody got hurt. You just
Right.
your opinion against my opinion. Yeah, move on from it. I mean, yeah. But
Yeah.
that's definitely I mean, woof. Like yeah, I don't focus on things like that. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, I can we can have a disagreement and I might hold on to it for a day or two, but after that, hey, I'm gonna move on
Right.
from it. But
Right.
years,
And that's
some
fair. I
years.
mean, that's fair. And my whole thing about it is people. One thing I notice about most of the grudges, as far as communication is concerned, is people have a problem with you disagreeing.
Mhm.
It's like I'm not going to see. I don't expect for you to see everything the way I see it, and you need to feel the same. I mean, and vice versa. It should be the same way. You should know that I'm not going to think everything that come out of your head. I'm not going to think that way. It just doesn't work that way. You know. But people get caught up, and people are always looking for somebody to agree with them all the time. And in reality, you don't want nobody to be around you that agree all the time. You want somebody to, give you a different set of lenses to kind of help you see it from a different point of view. You see what I'm
Challenge
saying?
you a little bit. Challenge you a little bit. Give
Yeah,
you a
but
chance.
but not it ain't always challenging is good, but I'm just saying everything is not necessarily a challenge. It's more so you just seeing it through a different set of lenses. That's like if I talk to you, I might say, Cleve, what you think about this right here? Like I've I've made my decision, but I just want to make sure, am I doing, because sometimes you can let your emotions dictate the situation, and you want to make sure the situation. For me, I like to make sure I did it the right way, you know.
Mhm.
So that's why if I'm talking to you, sometimes when we on the phone, I might say, "Hey, Cleve, what you think about this right here?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So but you have to be open minded. You have to be an open minded person, and you have to be able to receive a different point of view.
Yeah.
You have to be able to accept disagreeable conversations.
Yeah.
It just happens. Yeah. So in closing, this is our first one, but it's not our last as far as video concerned. And again, go to the audio. You can go to Google. If you have Apple, you can just go into your Apple and just type in Brown Spade. It'll be there. So in closing, Brother Clee, as we always do, what are your last words?
Yeah. Just the words of my grandmother. I mean, if it's something, materialistic. I mean, not materialistic, but something that's material. Something that you can go 30 days and
Mm-hmm.
not need, have to use. Then do you really need it?
Right.
And with relationships, don't hold on to them, especially if you didn't tried everything. She didn't try.
Right.
He didn't try everything.
Right.
Counseling, everything, and it still
Right.
doesn't work out. I mean, you can move on. It's not
Right.
it's not the end of the world. You can move on.
Right.
You know, you
Right.
can move on and save 3 or 4 more years of your life, because you can't get them years back.
Right.
You can learn from them years that you lost, but you can't get them years back. So
No, you can't get
yeah,
it back.
just move on. Just move on.
I'm gonna say, since you went to the relationship thing, as far as the jobs concerned, a lot of time we stay on jobs because we feel like that's the only thing we got. But if it is toxic, it's bringing more stress to you, then it's not worth it, because stress kills. You know, um, I've seen people on the job die on the job. You see them today, and then by the third day, you return back. What happened to this guy? Oh, they passed away. So, and I think a lot of that is related to stress, and it could have been stress from the job. It could have been stress from relationship. It could have been stress from both. Getting it from both ends. Just depends. So my thing is, everything is a case to case basis. So you just should look at it and observe it and just understand, it's not worth the stress. And so it's okay. It's okay to let go. So on that note, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.